Yo, what's good? You're listening to Everyday Superpower, the place where you learn about body language, non-verbal communication, game, and everything in between. Yo, man, I'm tired today, I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm gonna give you a quick one, yeah? Man, this is a deep one, it's a serious one, and it's gonna happen within friends, within families, within the workplace. Especially if you're in more of a working class style, labouring workplace, tradesmen and so on and so forth. That's where it can manifest the most. I'm going to give you a quick one. We call it banter here in England. Stop bantering with people. Alright? And when I say that, I mean, don't give verbal digs to people. Don't make a joke of people, full stop, right? Because people seem to think it's alright to do so as it's a part of bonding. Oh, I'm a man, you're a man. I can't show weakness, so my, form of expressing endearment is going to be through verbally picking on you in one way or another. Now, of course, we as men, we as intelligent men know how to withhold and, control our emotions. So, hold on. So, we don't react in a way which is excessive to what one may consider banter, a joke. It's just a joke, bro. You see where I'm coming from? It would be deemed inappropriate in the eyes of those whom are pushing your buttons, expecting a response to sort of probe for your weakness, indirectly, subconsciously, by the way. But you don't want to respond whatsoever. And you don't want to respond by giving them shit back. And that's the hard bit, right? That's where the problem sort of rears its ugly head, purely as that means you're going to have to take some shit and sort of hope for the best that you'll find an in at some point to tell them, indirectly that you're not for that, and then they'll stop. I did a video on bullying and I said they'll push you initially and then continue doing so until they find a boundary, and that boundary is the word no, straight up. No, I don't appreciate that. No, I don't want you to say that. No, you can't say that. And it might seem like it's been a bit funny. Oh, well, why don't you grow thicker skin? Why don't you blah, blah, blah? That's completely fine. If somebody has a little bit of a laugh, that's completely fine. But we as intelligent people know that we don't know what's going on in a person's mind. We don't know a person's background. We don't know what a person is insecure about. So I can't come along and say, ha, look at the size of his nose, to a person's face. And I always go for the nose because the nose seems to be, quite a traditional insecurity when it comes to people in general of both sexes. So I say, your nose is bigger than the Empire State Building. If that was directed to you, you just got to laugh and say, alright, whatever. We're not bothered by stuff like that, right? But if we said it ourselves to another individual, to someone who isn't so, introverted on a sense that they can talk their way out of pressured situations, you might really trigger a deep down childhood insecurity as to where that person might either react in a manner you didn't want them to, or they might wait and prey on you from there on in because you have damaged their ego and really hit them where it hurts. It's not a joke. It's not banter. You know what I'm coming from. You're picking something you find worthy of picking on, so it must make sense to whichever extent. And then you are going out of your way to say something harmful to a human being. I don't know when this got turned on its head and made appropriate in communication, because it's not. It's not. That being said, as far as people pushing your boundaries and sort of feeling you out, seeing what you'll react to and so forth. You can sit there and listen to everything and everything and everything, right? And at some point, if they decide to continue going, they start to get desperate. These people, these bullies, these covert Machiavellian types who want to find a way to take some form of power over you. At some point, they're going to get desperate and start to actually try to offend you overtly in the words they say, using harmful words and hurtful, and you'll hear that. And that's a blessing in disguise, right? Because we're not going to sit there and get our feelings hurt. That's pointless. But we're going to think, I've caught you. We've just been playing chess, and I just checked you there because you've just exposed who you are. Bada bing, right. Now it's up to you to say, nah. Or it's up to you to listen, or whether you want to smile in return, or whether you just want to blank it off like it's nothing, because it is nothing at the end of the day. Then we can see where we go from there. But to react emotionally isn't going to be the right way to do it. That's for other people. Other people will react emotionally when you start playing them games with them. You're not going to be able to get away doing that to people, alright? And like I said, if you feel that you've gotten away with something, you don't know what lurks beneath the surface. And there could be an incredible animosity which is going to stop your blessings down the line purely because you felt it was comfortable to offend and take the piss out of somebody else's, attitude, clothing, looks, so on and so forth. It's a showcase of your own insecurity. Because no secure man, no successful man needs to go out and do that. I mean, those in power who want to play power games will, but your equal man shouldn't be doing stuff like that. And you shouldn't be doing stuff like that. It's silly. It's really ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. You can establish bonds and create friendships and relations with other men through engaging positive conversation on something that you both share as an interest. You don't have to just sit there ripping into each other. It's ridiculous. But that's what we do over here. That's what we do over here. And the moment someone gets emotional in response, the other person goes, oh, it's just a joke, and oh, it's just banter, like that means anything. As a way of discrediting that passive aggression. Yeah? And on a side note, I just referenced clothes momentarily. The person's clothes you're taking a piss out of, they've gone out of their way to get dressed in the morning and put that item of clothing on for the most part. That was their choice. You're directly attacking their choice, their taste, and in a way their intelligence by doing so. By saying your decisions are stupid. Is that a joke? It's not a joke to me, So that's what I'm saying, Don't do banter, leave it out. If someone wants to do banter in your direction, just listen to them out. If it's that, if they're playing by the rules and they're being cool and they're not going out of the way, then that's fine. But some people have got a big mouth, and some people like to throw themselves around under the guise and the disguise of it just being a joke and it just being, something men do. But truth be told, and listen to this is the game right here, right? This is the deep game. Well, it's so deep it's in plain sight. They're not going to do that to the boss. They're not going to just banter with the boss in that manner. They're not just going to banter with the judge in a courtroom in that manner. They're not just going to banter with a police officer in that manner. You see where I'm coming from? Those with respectable positions and authoritarian positions, and those whom are above them in whichever degree, in whichever environment, they're not going to do that. Why is that? I thought it was just a joke. I thought it was just banter. Surely you'd want to make friends, right? You see where I'm coming from? It's a hidden fight. It's a covert war they are establishing in doing so. I'm signing out. Peace.